Alright guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited because I get to share something with you that really helped me out of my rut as a guitar player. If you've been following the channel, you may have seen about a month or so ago, I released a YouTube short on the concept of partial shapes. And I wanted to do another longer follow-up video, and this is that video where I'm going to take that concept and further show you how to apply it and use them helpfully in a worship context. I'm going to start by showing you the A partial shapes. These are the first ones that I learned, and they really are what kind of propelled me to really start making sense of the guitar and be able to play more effectively. It really helped me break away from just doing cowboy chords. You know, I would be playing worship and even electric in worship, and I would just kind of end up just raking chords a lot and doing swells because I didn't really know what else to do. But when I learned these partial shapes, it really began to free me up and provide me with a new tool to put in my bag that I didn't have before, and it really helped my playing. It really helped me find new and creative textures and really just break out of the mold and help me just make more sense of the guitar neck. So these A partial shapes that I'm going to start with, just think of an A chord, right? We've all heard that, we all know it. Now, this is going to be my one, just like normal. A lot of times when I play these, I will add my pinky down here on the B string. And I like the sound that gives better, but you can do whatever you want. I change it up just depending on the context of what I'm doing at that particular moment. If I wanted to play a 5, let's put this finger down on the G string. And then to do a 6, I just move that same finger up one string to the D. And then to do a 4, I just place that finger down there on the B. And then I can go back to 1. And so what I wanted to show you real quick is how to transpose them. So we've been playing this A in A this time, but say we wanted to play in C, we just move them up to here. And now we're playing in the key of C. This right here, that note there on the G string, is going to be the root note. That's the note that I'm always looking for if I'm trying to find the key of a song, is this one right here. So that's how I know what key I'm in. So I'm just moving that A up here to C. And now I can play all those same chords. Only in C that time, which is super great. That's really helpful for me during like rehearsals or during practice. Keys may get changed just to fit a different vocal range or whatever, and as a guitar player I need to be able to flow with that, and the shapes don't change at all. They're just in that one area, so I don't even have to be looking very much. I can just kind of strum them as I need to, so that's one reason why I really love them. Okay, I wanted to then take a minute in this video to just kind of show you how to really maximize these shapes. One of the things I really love about them is that yes, you can strum them and they really make a great alternative to what like another rhythm guitar player might be doing, or an acoustic player, whatever it might be, whatever your setup is. But one thing I love about them is that I can kind of cover rhythm and lead all kind of in the same area, which is super cool because all the chords are just right there. I can very easily just kind of throw in lead parts if I need to. So you can hear there with that little part I was playing that I was kind of throwing in lead parts, I was throwing in some chords, and that's one reason I really love them, is because I can cover a lot of sonic space and really be creative with all the notes just being right there, so they're super cool. Okay, so I wanted to now transition from the A partial shapes to the D partial shapes. Now the thing with these D partial shapes is that they don't have all the chord forms and fingerings right there. So they're not, I don't use them as heavily, but they're still super useful, and I did want to show them to you. So I said D partial shape. You're probably just thinking of D chords. Right there. And all these D partial shapes is basically just kind of transposing this D chord up the neck. So right now we're just in D. I could do a D partial shape and play that chord just kind of up an octave, and that would look like this. So you can still see I have that D form in there. Yet all I'm doing is just kind of changing the notes up a little bit and using this as my root note. Out there on the D string right there. And I really love these. They kind of are, I really love them for clean parts or ambient parts where I kind of want something to cut through a mix. I'll kind of show you what I mean with that. I'll play in D. So with these D partial shapes, they're kind of more geared toward parts. They're not so much chords, but if you want that D chord, you could still have it. It's all there if you need it, but I kind of tend to use those a lot more for parts, and I just kind of think of it kind of as like my D zone, I guess. It's a collection of notes that I know I can use, and it's just another texture, and I'll just kind of pick through D chords a lot for parts, kind of like you saw me do it earlier, just a minute ago. Just a lot of that kind of stuff. They work really great for that, just kind of with parts. Okay, coming to the end, one more partial shape group I want to share with you. And these I kind of consider the F partial shapes, because when you're playing in C, if you just move these two fingers down, then you get like an F. Right there. So again, I'm just transposing. These actually tie into the D shapes really well because they share the same exact root note. So I'm just going to go back to D again real quick. Like I said, this here on the D string is my root note. But instead of doing this D shape right here, I can do this F shape right here. And that is just another way I can play my one chord. And then I can put my pinky down right here. My pinky goes right down on the G string there. And then I could just move them down to here. Put my pinky down again. Can move it down a little bit more. Then I can tie them in with my other A partial shapes and play this minor here. I can throw in like a 5. Back to my 4. right there, you can see those are the F partial shapes, and they just really give you a really cool new kind of texture that I have been really loving lately. You can use them for just strumming. They're really cool for parts, and yeah, I've just been loving them. Alright guys, I hope that was helpful. If you found this video to be a help, subscribe to my YouTube channel where I'll be sending out more aids to all you guitar players to help you accelerate on your journey. I'll be covering stuff like techniques and tone and all different kinds of stuff like that. So if this was helpful, give it a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.